Open source tool.
Yes. It is an
Open source tool.
open source tool.
Should. Open source should.
Use it
It
to
supports
test
different.
web applications.
It supports
Next.
different operating systems.
Using Selenium, we can test any number of pages, comma, browsers in multiple operating systems.
Yes.
Yeah, it supports different programming languages.
Yes. Next, Selenium supports programming languages like Java, Ruby,
Python, Ruby,
Python, Perl, PHP, and
PHP.
JSON. Using Selenium, we can test functional and regression testing on the required application. Required application. Next, supported browsers are Internet Explorer, Safari, Chrome, Opera, and Firefox. These are all the browsers this supports. Next, components in Selenium are IDE, RC, WebDriver,
Grid.
Now we'll directly come to the WebDriver. I think we have discussed in the first session, right? What are the differences of all WebDriver, Grid, and IDE and RC, right? Now we'll go with the first component called as a WebDriver. Now, when you come to the WebDriver, actually, this is a functional and regression testing. Okay, functional and regression testing tool, which is used to test web applications. WebDriver supports programming languages like Java, Ruby, Python, Perl, PHP, and C#. Next, using WebDriver, we can run any number of pages, comma, browsers in a single operating system with the latest version. Okay,
Latest versions.
Next, supporting browsers are IE, Safari, IE,
Opera,
Safari, Opera,
Gecko,
Firefox, Chrome,
Gecko driver.
and
Firefox.
Firefox. Okay, next. Framework design is possible by, we called as a TestNG or JUnit or
JUnit. JUnit.
Yes. Next,
Maven also.
yes, Maven reports. The reports can be generated
.xml.
in the form of .xml file.
.xml file.
Next, here cross-browser, comma, parallel testing is possible. What is the difference between parallel testing and cross-browser?
Single application can be tested in the multiple browsers.
Cross browser.
Multiple application in multiple browsers is parallel testing.
Same time.
Okay. Now, the first part in the WebDriver is we already installed Java, JRE, JDK, and Eclipse now. The most important thing is we need to add your jar file. What is a jar file? Selenium server standalone 2.53.0 jar file. This is a jar file which we need to import into your project. So I'll share that link to you, the file in your WhatsApp, so that you can download yourself. Okay. So now
Okay, Balakrishna.
why do we require jar file is to get the methods from
WebDriver.
for WebDriver. We require Selenium jar file. Now, in this WebDriver, first we need to have working on different browsers, different browsers. So how we are going to work in browsers and what are the drivers we need to work? The first
Okay,
driver,
driver.
the first one is Firefox driver, Firefox browser. Now, whenever you're working with older versions, like from 35 version to something like 40. So in that case, we no need to add any jar file. So jar file is not required. That means that driver file is not required. It doesn't require. So for older version, we no need to download the driver. So that is directly the user can create the object for a browser. So we are using older version 35 to 40 na? So directly you can create as Firefox driver, some variable D A equal to new Firefox driver. So mean that I've been created an object A for an instance of a class variable Firefox driver. Okay na? So this is how we are going to create an object for Firefox driver for older version. Now whenever you're working with the latest version, whenever you're working with the latest version like something like 45 to 70 versions are there, Firefox. Then in that case, we need to download Gecko driver. We need to install the Gecko driver for Firefox browser. So for that, what we can do is steps for downloading Gecko driver is. So what are the steps is? First of all, we need to just go to the Google page, search for Gecko driver. See, here you can find releases Mozilla Gecko driver GitHub. I'll directly give the link. Under this link, so what we can do is under this link, scroll down. Here you can find see here Gecko driver Win32. Have you find?
Yes, Balakrishna.
Win32 zip file. Have you this? This is the file which we need to download it. Just
Windows 32.
yes. So when you click on this link, so automatically it will download it that. So click on the link. Okay. So once you click on that, automatically your Gecko driver will be installed. But in the companies, we usually 90% of the we use only Chrome browser. When we are using Gecko driver and IE driver is when you want to work with the parallel testing or when you want to work with the cross browser testing. In that case, we used to install those drivers. But 90% of the programming or scripts using WebDriver will be only Chrome browser. Chrome browser. So that's it. Now, once you create it, now we need to create an object for Gecko driver. So now, how we are going to create an object? For example, you are created here. We haven't downloaded any driver. Directly created an object since it is supporting the older version. Now, when you're working with the latest version, we need to install the Gecko driver and we need to set the path where your Gecko driver has been installed in your machine. For example, I have downloaded my Gecko driver in D drive. The WebDriver need to identify the driver path of the Firefox which you are going to test your application. So for that we use system.set property. We'll call it as a set property of WebDriver dot Gecko. We'll call it Gecko dot driver. We need to give like this, comma, and d:// Gecko driver dot. So this is the first we need to do. We need to set the path. We need to, first of all, we need to set the path. See, set property is the method. System is a Java utility function. WebDriver is a component. Gecko driver is the driver name. And d:// is the path. So system.set property of arguments, comma, parameters. Arguments are nothing but WebDriver.Gecko.driver, and the parameter is nothing but d:// Chrome driver.exe. This is the syntax. Now, once you mention the set path, now we need to create an object for Chrome driver for Gecko driver. So Gecko driver, or you can write directly, you can write as WebDriver, some variable a1 equal to new Gecko driver. Okay, na? For Firefox driver, older version, we no need to set any path. But when you are installing the driver, to set the path, we use system.set property. Okay, na? Got it?
Yes, Balakrishna.
Yes, Balakrishna.
Okay.
Yes,
Now, similarly, if you're going for IE browser, we'll go for Chrome browser. Chrome browser. So when you want to work with the Chrome browsers, the same thing, what we need to do, we need to download the driver for Chrome and set the path in the WebDriver to identify the location of the driver. See what I can do. Go to the Google page. Under the Google, you try for Chrome driver. Click on the, just remove that and mention as Chrome driver. See, under this Chrome driver, WebDriver for Chrome, this is the URL. Under this link, click on, see, under this link, click on. Now, there are two versions are there. Here is 111 and 110. But first of all, whenever we are working with whenever we are installing the driver, first we need to identify the browser version which you are going to use. For that, I'm going to go to the tools, and here you can find the help. Okay. Do you find help? See, this is not a Chrome browser. 1 second. I'll open the Chrome browser. Now, in this Chrome browser, I'm going to identify the version name. Go to help, click on the About Chrome browser. What is the version I'm using?
110.
110 version, right? So we need to download the 110 version. Have you observed this? 110.0.5481 is a version, right?
Stable version. Yes.
Now, I'm going to click on that. Click on that link. Now, so after that, what we can do is just see. So there are different browsers are there, the different operating system, Linux, Mac. Okay, so have you seen this Win32?
Yes.
Yeah.
This is the link which we need to click on that link. So click on, click on the link click on the link. Okay, na? Now, once I click on that link, so automatically your browser will be, driver will be installed. I'm going to download. So I've been downloaded my Chrome driver. That's all. Now we need to set the path, right? So I need to set the path. So what do you use? System dot set property of WebDriver dot Chrome dot driver comma
Slash
double slash Chrome driver dot
exe.
Don't give every time D, but my Chrome driver and Firefox, everything have been installed in my drive D drive. So I'm giving D
Yes.
drive. Okay.
Yes.
And one more thing is, whenever you are installing the driver, don't create any folders or don't put on the desktop or document settings in that way. Don't just, you directly copy the .exe file. See, I have downloaded the Chrome driver, right? Just click on that Chrome driver, open that. See, Win32. So I installed my D drive. So document downloads, under the download, see, have you this? Now right click on that. You need to use extract all. Okay, na? Click on the extract all. Now I'm going to extract this element. So you will find one icon called Chrome driver.exe file. See, when you scroll down,
Balakrishna, top is there.
yeah, yes. Have you seen this? This is the
Yeah.
okay, na? What we need to do, just you copy that exe file and directly just store it in the D drive itself. Automatically you can give D colon double slash Chrome driver.exe. That is the path. Okay. Now what we need to
Okay,
do,
boss.
Chrome
Yes,
driver
Bhagesh.
equal to new Chrome driver. That's all. I created an object for Chrome driver. Similarly, Internet Explorer driver. Internet Explorer driver. Now, for the Internet Explorer driver, it's the same thing. What we can do, just go to the Google page and search for IE driver. Just search for or Internet Explorer drive. Search for Internet Explorer driver. See, there you can find IE driver server. Okay, click on that and just you can find, when you scroll down here, you can find downloads. See, download. Click on the download. On the right hand side, you can find the operating system, Windows 64. Have you seen this? Now, when you click on this, automatically your IE driver will be installed. Your IE driver will be installed. Just I'm giving direct link. You can put it on this. Under this link. So what we can do is under this link. So now we need to click on it. Automatically, your IE driver will be installed. So for that, I'm going for DHC under the downloads. Under the downloads, I'll check for IE driver. Right click on that, extract all. So I've been extracted. See, IE driver server. Click on that. Have you observed this icon? You copy that and directly store in the D drive or C drive. Now we need to set the path in the WebDriver. So for that, what I'm going to do is, so we can write system dot set property of WebDriver dot Chrome dot driver comma you d colon double slash. Oh, it's IE, right? IE, right? IE dot driver comma d colon double slash IE driver server dot exe. Okay, na? This is the path. Now I need to create an object for Internet Explorer. So Internet Explorer driver D1 equal to new Internet Explorer driver. That's all. So automatically it will be created, and using the browser you can run the application. So this is how we are going to create an object for Chrome browser, Firefox browser, Chrome browser, Internet Explorer. If you have any Safari or Opera, the same, you can go for the Google, search for Safari browser and click on the safari.exe file, and you can download it and you can set it up. Okay, now? So now,
Yes,
Okay,
Balakrishna.
Balakrishna.
so this is how we are going. Now, in the first method, first part in the WebDriver is methods and locators, called as a locators. What is method? What do you mean methods?
Methods are actions.
Methods are nothing but actions or performing operations. Okay, performing operations. Methods are nothing but performing operations. There are different operations where you can perform in the web application. The first method is called as get method. Whenever you want to call an application or when you want to invoke an application, we use a function called get method. Okay, to invoke an application or to call an application, we use get method. Syntax is, I'll tell you object later. Object dot get. We need to mention the URL inside the bracket. We need to mention the URL. Mean that object is a browser. Through the browser, I'm going to open the page. Okay, na? I'm going to open the page.
Okay.
So now, example is object dot get http://google.com. So mean that through the browser object, I'm going to open my Google page. I'm going to open my Google page. Okay, now next, second method, navigate.to method. This method is also used to invoke or to call an application. So this method is used to invoke or to call an application, So syntax is object dot navigate dot to URL. We need to mention the URL inside the bracket. So example is object dot navigate dot to. Some you need to mention the URL http://amazon.com. Okay, na? Got it?
Yes, Balakrishna.
Yes, ma'am.
So if
Yes,
you have any
Balakrishna.
doubt, you can ask me, no problem. If I'm going very fast, just let me know. I'll go with slow, no problem. Okay, so this is the second method. Now, the third method which you're going to use is I want to maximize my window. I want to maximize the window. Maximizing the window. To maximize the current window. Current window. So for that, syntax is object dot navigate dot.
Maximize.
So one second. Object dot manage dot window dot maximize.
Maximize.
So automatically you are going to manage the window by
Current
maximize.
window.
Okay, na? So this is a syntax for maximizing the window. Now, once I maximize it, I want to get the title of the page. For example, I have opened this page. What is the title of the page? When you place
Selenium.
cursor, downloads
Selenium.
/
Selenium.
selenium DOV. Okay, so that is a title. So if you want to get the title of the page, we can use get title. Okay, we can use get title. 4. Get title. To get the current page title. So syntax is, now we can use this in 2 ways. We can get the title in 2 ways. One is we are going to store that in a variable string and we can print that. Other one, directly we can use object dot get title. That's all. It will print that. Okay. Na? So 2 methods where you can use, I'll show you. So syntax is some variable string a equal to object dot get title. Can anybody tell me what is the meaning of this?
We are storing the title into string object.
Yes. So we are going to store the title in a object with a data type string. If you want to print that, we use system dot out dot println a. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay, na? If you give double quotation, it will print a. If you are not using any double quotation, automatically whatever value present in a, it will print. Okay, na?
Yes. Yes.
Or second method is, so you can use system dot out dot println object dot, directly we can use object dot get title. Either you can use this method or you can use any method you can use. Okay, na? Next, fifth one. Fifth one is get the current URL. Get the current URL. After 2-3 minutes, it's going to disconnect. Please rejoin again. Okay. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, see. So I want to get the URL. What is the URL of this page? This is the URL, right? If you want to get the URL of the page, we use a function called get current URL. Okay, na, madam? Okay, na, all of you? So syntax is object. So we can do string b equal to object dot get current URL. Current URL. So system dot out dot println of b. That's all. Or. So what is the next procedure? System dot out dot println of b dot get current URL. Current URL. This is the second procedure. So this is the next. The next method is I want to forward. I want to move to the next page. We use a function called forward method to move to next page. To move to next page or window. So syntax is object dot navigate dot forward. Navigate dot forward. Automatically it will move to the next page. Next one is back method. To move to previous page or window. So syntax is, what is the syntax? We use object dot navigate dot
back.
the method. Okay, na? Next, I want to close a current window. We use function called close.
Close.
If you want to
Object.
close, if you want to close all the browsers, all the pages, we use quit
Quit.
function. Quit function.
Quit.
Quit function. Okay, na? So eighth one is close. To close the current window. Current window.
Window.
So all are you following or any doubts? Anybody?
No doubts, Balakrishna.
What about
No,
others?
no,
They're fine.
No Balakrishna, no doubts.
Okay, okay.
No Balakrishna.
So
No Balakrishna, continue.
okay, syntax is object dot close. Object dot close.
Close. All windows quit.
Yes. So if you want to quit, we use a function called to close all the browsers. We use quit function to close all the windows or pages. Syntax is object dot quit. Now, in this window, for example, I want to click on a link. Okay, for example, I want to click on a particular link. Okay. Now we use a function called find element. Find element is to capture a particular object from the current window is find element. Okay, na? Find element. So here we use 10th one is find element. Capture to capture a particular element